Hey, Dan.
Hey, quickly want to show you the traffic camera here. This is just prior to the Palama off-ramp. I think that's Liliha, the overpass. You can see there's a truck there, a freeway service patrol truck with its lights. There were dogs on the freeway, apparently, some dogs that were out there, and they had to virtually shut down the freeway, and so it's created a huge backlog. This is westbound on the H1. Now, the cars that are coming at us, that's eastbound. It's on the other side. This is just after where that occurred, so you can see that it's pretty light. Now let's just watch this. They're probably going to pan back, or at least I hope they are, pan back to show you the backup. If not, let me just take my word for it. It's really backed up because they had to virtually shut down. Well, wait a minute now. Oh, they're showing one of the dogs right there. Okay, so that's what they had shut down, and I thought they had removed the dogs from the freeway, but there's still one there over on the left-hand side, obviously scared, and hopefully going to stay there. I don't know if the officials they're probably alerting them that there's still one on the freeway because they just departed.
They don't want people stopping and just grabbing them because you never know what could happen with a dog like that.
So this is going to be an issue until they get this dog safely off of the freeway. It looks like it has a collar, so this is not a stray or somebody owns this dog.
This kind of situation we've seen so many times, you know, on mainland freeways, and it causes such mayhem for the drivers. You can still see, it looks like there's still cars going by. And the concern, of course, that no one wants to hit any kind of dog or cat or anything on the freeway, and so creates a hazardous traffic condition. Looks like this guy just chilling out. We hope he stays right there.
Yeah, the freeway on the eastbound, that's the cars in the foreground, is moving, but we haven't seen a car go by there on the left-hand lane of the westbound for a while, so maybe they have once again shut down the freeway, or at least that lane, as they work to try to get this dog safely off the freeway. Anyway, westbound, this is just prior to the Palama off near the Liliha overpass. That's where this is occurring. Okay, the left-hand lane, apparently people staying out of that lane because of the dog. This is going to really slow down the westbound traffic, and we hope that dog is safely removed from the freeway. Let's just hang with this for another second as they pan back to see how bad the backup is. There's a police officer's solo bike probably making his way toward the dog now. You know, they're not going to want to approach this dog. They're probably going to have to wait for animal control from the Humane Society.
There's
a dog.
Run.
It's a little
It's a little Chihuahua, looks like.
Just taking off there under the overpass.
Right.
Let's just keep a lookout. Oh no.
Okay, we don't know what's on the other side there, maybe.
Okay, well, and we see the police officer has just arrived on the scene, and it looks like they've got him cornered. But you're right. I mean, even if it is a small dog, and even though, you know, it's a risk at this point, you don't want to approach it necessarily. You never know what could happen when you approach a dog like
Chihuahuas
that,
aren't necessarily known to be welcoming to strangers, so I imagine it's going to be a little difficult for the solo bike officers. Let's just stay with us and watch and see how they try to get this dog safely off of the freeway.
It is causing an inconvenience, but it doesn't look like it's so bad. I mean, obviously tell that to people that are trying to get to work on time, but the traffic is moving. And it seems like he's on the run. Well,
it looks like people are really aware that something's going on as this dog crosses the freeway. This, again, the westbound lanes of the H1.
Right. And just as I speak, saying that they're not completely shutting down traffic, there he goes and streaks across the street. Luckily, as you said, everyone is pretty much aware of the situation and making sure that even though it is a small dog, that they're very careful. Oh, is that the same dog?
Yeah.
Okay. Seems to have gone back around.
This
feisty little bugger.
This is not going to be easy. I mean, the dog's spooked, clearly, and they're going to try to...
Not easy for police to try to trap this guy. But now that they've shut down traffic completely to the westbound lanes, at least if you have people you know going to work, maybe you could tell them, let them know that this is a situation, the reason why traffic is not moving, really in both directions now, because people are wondering what's going on.
Right, exactly. So if you're listening on the radio, AM 1500, this is westbound at the Liliha overpass. They've shut down the freeway while they're trying to get this Chihuahua off of the freeway for its own safety. So the traffic is really starting to back up westbound. And then, as Grace mentioned, the eastbound traffic, looky-loos, rubbernecking going on there. So that's also going to slow because of this. But there are two solo bike officers on the scene trying to herd the Chihuahua off of the freeway.
Easier said than done.
Yeah,
they're still going.
Yeah, and
he seems to have gone further down.
There he is.
Back across the street.
Yeah, they're trying to get it up off the road, but it keeps turning around just as they about get it off the road and crosses back over to the median.
Well, here you
so
go.
there you go. Okay, now
there's
a motorist who's jumping out of the car trying to get.
There we go.
Did you get him?
Okay. I don't know. We're gonna
calling him over.
Oh, no, I thought he had him.
You know, as an owner of a small dog, I will say when they don't want to be caught, they're really good at evading you.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like they got him.
I think the motorist had the right idea. You know, get out of your car, get off the motorcycle, and just try to get this dog to come to you. But that's going to be difficult.
How many people does it take to catch a Chihuahua?
Well, if only they had the bacon strips, right? I mean, this would be over and
done with.
What was
the treat that Sonny likes? The new one.
The new one. Oh, it's called Canine Crack. Oh, it's an organic.
But it's a liver or something. Or what is it?
It's made out of liver. It's a local treat.
Okay. Well, there's that same motorist trying to help out.
Yeah.
This could go on
This
for a while.
This is amazing how difficult this is. And it's really starting to back up, I'm sure, on the westbound lanes.
It looks like a few cars going through. I think the dog is probably on the right side now. I don't know if they're going to move the camera over. But again, if you're just joining us, this is the westbound lanes of the H1 near Liliha. And what is going on is a small Chihuahua has shut down traffic.
He's there on the far right. Oh, no, that's a person walking through.
So police trying their best to hurt this little guy, but he just doesn't want to be caught. And so traffic stopped both ways, not both ways, I'm sorry, just slowed down in
the westbound direction.
But
it looks like a couple of people have gotten out of the cars. It seems like they're trying to help out with the situation. Police have had him a couple of times off on the side, but as soon as they seem to have him cornered, he's booked it right across the street. That's basically what's caused a huge slowdown out there. Again, westbound directions on the H1 and Liha.
It looks like civilians really getting involved. Drivers hoping to help out. You know, most people.
They got nothing else to do.
Well, yeah. Also, you know, a lot of dog owners understand that if this is your dog, you know, if that was my dog, I would say please go out and help these guys. But you never know with a strange dog how it's going to react. That's of course the concern here.
Rabies.
That looks like a solo bike officer who's off his bike over there on the right-hand side, trying to help. We haven't seen the dog for a little while here. I don't know where the dog is.
It looks like maybe traffic may be opening back up.
I don't think so.
Well, now that the police officer is off his motorcycle, I think the dog was scared by them on the motorcycle, to be honest.
Yeah, let's just shoot back to another camera real quick, just to see how the backup is. Yeah, it's pretty slow. That's the eastbound traffic on the left-hand side, so that's just people slowing to see what's going on. Let's go back to that other camera, Rachel, if we can. Yeah, there we are.
There's no in-between, obviously. Okay, I think we have another camera right by the... Is this Moanalo?
This is our
Can we take
yes
down?
Cam, our yes cam that's going to try to see if we can see something from another angle.
Yeah, there you go. That's where
you can see the backup anyway. This is from Liliha overpass on the westbound side. As you can see how far it's backing up.
All right, let's go back to the original camera because it looked like there were even more police officers on the scene trying to help out with a Chihuahua. Little guy probably doesn't weigh more than 10 pounds. They're trying to catch him right now. You can see.
You can see because they're obviously looking right down towards each other's feet. And little Chihuahua, that's basically what the stature would be.
He does not want to be caught.
This has got to be really frustrating for the police officers who are trying to...
Oh, and everyone's stuck in traffic.
Everyone's stuck in traffic, yeah, sure.
But again, if you're just joining us on the radio, the situation is that there's a black little Chihuahua that has been stuck on the freeway. Oh. And it is causing a lot of problems for commuters this morning.
I think that's the Ward overpass there in the foreground as we look from the yes cam, and that's the westbound or eastbound traffic that is stacked because police have shut down lanes to try to catch this Chihuahua.
A lot of effort for a little dog just shows that, you know, no one wants to hit this dog, no one wants to hurt this dog, they just wanted to get it out of the way. Maybe we should send Sonny out there to chase it away.
Yeah. How in the world did this dog get onto the freeway? I mean, did it jump out of a car, or how did he get down there?
Not sure.
I
know this is a question we'll have to try to.
Well, especially small dogs like that, they fit through little spaces and they can jump pretty high. You just, you know, once they get away, it's hard to catch them.
If you're wondering why we haven't gone back to that other camera, it's because there's a big truck blocking our view. We can't see anything, so we're just focused on the backup right now.
Yeah, well, when you look at it from the Ward, you can definitely see that there is a huge slowdown going in that direction. And what we saw a little while ago, we saw cars at a complete standstill as police were chasing that little dog around. And in case you're wondering, you're just tuning in right now, it is the H1 and Liliha within that area. Westbound traffic really crawling right now because of a very delicate situation with a very, it looked like a Chihuahua Terrier mix or something like that.
Let's just call him Trouble.
Little trouble.
Little troublemaker. Out for the morning commute. You know, we already had a lot of backups earlier from those multiple accidents coming in from the west side, so this not helping the situation for commuters.
Out by School Street?
This is probably James down at the Traffic Management Center with his hand on the joystick there, moving that camera around, trying to give us the best view possible. But clearly we're blocked by what I think is the Liliha overpass. Can't see anything. Look at that backup. Oh, boy. Rachel, if you've got your hands on it, well, wait a second. Can we go back to maybe?
There we go.
Okay, let's go back.
So you can see police officers again trying to catch this little guy, but he does not want to be caught at all. Oh, they're getting so close.
Oh man.
Looks like they've got him.
I think we're gonna have to leave KHNL as the Today Show is going to get started, but we'll continue our coverage here on KGMB of police trying to capture this feisty little Chihuahua who does not want to be picked up.
And I think we're going to stay with this. We're not going to take a commercial break. Is that?
Yeah, we'll stay with it on KGMB,
okay.
but KHNL I think is going to have to leave us.
Now, would this be a high-speed chase?
Or a slow speed chase?
The canine chase continues. And the poor commuters out there who have no idea what's going on, this Chihuahua, the littlest dog ever, is causing the biggest trouble on this Thursday morning as it shut down the H1 at Liliha.
But you really have to praise the police's dogged determination to end this situation.
No kidding.
It does look as though the traffic is creeping through on the left-hand side as they peer over and they see a situation and make sure that the dog isn't within their path. There you go, they're sneaking by. Seems like 2 lanes at a time. They've got him over on the right-hand side of the lane.
We've got 5 police officers now trying to surround this little guy who probably doesn't weigh more than 10 pounds.
It looks actually more like 3 lanes now are open or flowing.
Now, animal control from the Humane Society is on the way, but you can imagine it's kind of difficult for them to get there.
Yeah.
They're probably trying some of the side roads. Have they got him? Did they get him?
Can't quite tell as we push in a little bit.
Where's Dwayne Chapman when you need him?
Oh, man.
He's also stuck in traffic, Howard.
Do they have him?
Oh,
yes. Nicely done. Excellent.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Traffic on the H1 and Liliha westbound